like makeup. I guess I can use it. Should I do it like that? Is that better?
Yeah, she looks beautiful that way, huh?
Okay, should I do it?
Yeah. So this guy right here, he does makeup for lots of people. So we're gonna meet him tomorrow. See, this is Lindsay's before she has any makeup on.
Okay.
So watch, I'll fast forward a little bit so you guys can see. She's putting on the makeup on her eyes. Oh, look at the way those little pink things, huh? That's what a makeover is. So tomorrow, me and Mommy are gonna fly, and Mommy's gonna have that guy do a makeover for her. Can you go on her cheeks?
Can I climb on?
Nice. Just go underneath them. Oh, whoa. I didn't even make your nose black, okay? Don't go cross-eyed.
Wait, why did you get these for the eyeball?
So you guys, there's actually 2 reasons why we are going to Dallas, Texas tomorrow. Number 1 is for Robert to give Mommy a makeover. And guess when? Why number 2?
I don't know what.
So number 2, so Robert's got this cool book that teaches people how to do makeup. He's got all these cool brushes he sells. And right now he's selling some of them, but he wants to sell a lot of them. So guess what we're gonna do? We're gonna get him. We're gonna put him on ClickFunnels. My name is Russell Brunson, and I'm part of an underground group of entrepreneurs that you've probably never even heard of before. We don't rely on cash from venture capitalists to get started, and we don't even have goals to go public either. In fact, our motivation is the exact opposite. You see, we have products and services and things that we know change people's lives. But because we're fighting against the big brands, people with literally unlimited budgets, we have to do things differently. We have to do things smarter. We don't have financial safety nets because every test we take is with our own money. We have to be profitable from day number 1. So how do we do that? How is that even possible? If you ask the MBAs or look in your college textbooks, they will tell you that what we are doing is impossible, yet it's happening every single day. And it's happening through an art and a science that we call funnel hacking. It's not really something that I can explain to you, it's something I have to show to you. These stories are a glimpse of entrepreneurs just like you who have a dream and a vision who want to change the world in their own little way. I use the funnel hacking process to help make their dreams become a reality. Yes, we are funnel hackers, and these are our stories. So I want to do something really special for my wife, Collette. And so what I decided to do was plan a trip out to Dallas, Texas to let her have a makeover from the famous Robert Jones. Now, what you may not know is my wife is not exactly thrilled about the fact that I document most of my life, and especially when I start documenting all of her life. And so what I didn't tell her until the day before we left is that while not only are we going to get her a makeover, we're actually going to be building a funnel for Robert Jones, and that I actually needed to film her entire makeover. And I'm just hoping she doesn't kill me. He does everything. Hey, the legend. So to begin this process, Robert had my wife, Collette, bring all of her makeup to Dallas, Texas so that he could have a makeup intervention.
Oh, this is your...
So I put this on first, and then I put that one on second.
Oh, seriously?
Mm-hmm.
The rest of the stuff is...
We can put down?
Yeah, because it's going to go away. My name's Robert Jones. I'm an international makeup artist and author. I've written 5 books. I'm working on my 6th. I've worked with many celebrities, Selena Gomez, Cindy Crawford, Claire Daines. I've done many ad campaigns for major makeup companies. It all got started in the bathroom of my house with my 3 sisters. And every morning before school, I would help them get ready for school every day by blow drying their hair straight because they have naturally kinky hair. But of course, they wanted board straight, Farrah Fawcett wings every morning before school and get them looking better and helping them look the way that they wanted to look every day. And I'd never thought about it as a career because my mother had always told me that boys don't do hair. So I decided I would go to school and take a photography class. While taking that photography class, of course, I started taking pictures of a lot of people. So I started doing makeup again, started dabbling in makeup, doing makeup on the models that I was taking pictures of. So by the time I finished 2 semesters of photography, I'd built this pitiful little portfolio that I was quite proud of all these models that I'd taken pictures of. So I went to the largest modeling agency in town and said, okay, I'm here, I know you've been waiting for me, and started working and doing work with that modeling agency, and one thing led to another, and before you knew it, I was doing hair box campaigns, doing magazine shoots, working for catalog clients. I learned so much about makeup from writing that first book, just in the sense why I did what I did. Like, I would keep painting till it looked right, but I had to figure out when I wrote that book, why do I do what I do? And it taught me so much about eye shapes. Yeah, I knew it, but I didn't know why I knew it. And with someone's eye shape, if you don't put it on correctly, you're doing more harm than you are good. For instance, if someone has a deep set eye and you highlight the brow bone, you're just making it deeper. If someone has a hooded eye and you don't push away the puffy skin, you're making the eyeball look even smaller. If someone has wide set eyes and you don't push them a little closer together, then you're even pulling further apart. So until you really sit down and figure out someone's eye shape and figure out what you're going to do to correct it, then you're not really doing the best thing you can for them. So that's the great thing about the app, is we're helping you figure out the eye shape, and then we're giving you shades you need to help fix that. Everything works together for a reason. It's not haphazardly just thrown together. Oh, I like that color, I'm gonna put that on. I like that color, I'm gonna put that on. Oh, that color matches my shoes, I'm gonna wear that color. There's a reason that everything goes together. It's not just because that's what I wanted to do today. It's because it physically is going to make everything look better, and there's a reason it's together. I know that so many people in the world say there are no rules in makeup. Oh, there's rules. And I've decided what those rules are, because I want to help you. Because there's so many times that women make bad decisions because they, A, don't realize what looks good on them, B, their mothers didn't teach them properly, or C, we don't perceive ourselves correctly when we look in the mirror. Yes, when I look in the mirror, I think I'm 6'2" with dark hair, green eyes, a tan, and big white teeth. But that's not the reality of what I look like. So we don't really see ourselves for how we look in the mirror. And so if I can help you based on what you really look your best versus what you think you look like. And so many times we don't even, after we're finished, see our true reflection in the mirror. I see you, and I know what's gonna look best on you. And so I've made some hard decisions in the programming of the app so that you don't have to face those hard decisions. And so I've already nixed things so that if there's things that are gonna be harmful and make you look older or make you look, are not gonna be beneficial to the way you look, I've cut them out. Like, you don't even get them as an option. That's what makes it beneficial, in the sense that I've made those hard decisions for you. And if it's not gonna work on you, I'm sorry, girl, it's not an option for you. I've taken it off the table.
Need help launching your next funnel? If so, then go to 2commaclubcoaching.com. So about 15, 20 years ago, Robert Jones was working a lot with Mary Kay consultants, and he would teach them how to do makeup, and the consultants who understood it, they would do makeup, and because they understood how to make the women look even more beautiful, they made more money as consultants. And the biggest problem is he would try to train people, like how to find the right eye shapes and how to understand all the different pieces. Some people really struggle with it. So he spent a whole bunch of time and energy, months, putting together this software where you could go in and find the eye shape of the person you were working with and figure out what type of looks they liked and what their lip shapes were and things like that. And then based on that, the software program would pump out an algorithm and tell you exactly what makeup they actually needed. And the consultants who started using it started making way more money. The problem is that over the last 10 years or so, the software, because of just different operating systems and things like that, it hasn't worked as well. And so because of that, he hasn't been able to use the software or to sell it. And so part of what we want to do is to help them to take this software from 10, 15 years ago and update it so it's something that can actually work online.
When I initially built the software, it was to help women that knew nothing about makeup be able to sell makeup and make great decisions for their clients and actually have me there without being there.
Was it difficult, the back end, to get the programs to understand algorithms to how it all ties together?
Yes.
Did you ever have that written down or put in Excel sheets or anything?
Yes, it's all in Excel sheets.
Do you still have those?
Uh-huh.
So this right here is the key to everything. This will unlock millions of dollars for all of us. So.
Yes.
That's cool. That's like the Colonel's secret recipe.
Correct.
That's all we need. So I actually had Robert break me into his hard drive so we could see the secret algorithm that's helped so many women make so much money.
Based on their lifestyle choices. So that's why it's important to know if they are minimalist, they want to do the least possible to look good, or if they love to play with color, because then I can then mark out that's not a shade they'd ever wear. So in order to make the lipstick 7 to 8 lip looks come up for each look, I made it connect to the blush so that it would change with the blush, because the blush is connected to the eye.
Those things that stress me out, to think through all the connections and how they all work.
It probably took me a good 6 months, because I was doing it on the road while I was making book appearances and doing workshops. And so I was having to, at night and in between stuff and on airplanes, try to figure it all out.
That's awesome.
So anyway, that's what kind of it looks like.
All right, so now that I have the secret algorithm in my hands, now it's time for Robert to go back and finish the makeover with Collette.
Fun.
You can make someone feel better about themselves and who they are. You can actually make them feel good. And so that's what I'm passionate about, is what it does for somebody else. So in the end, you give someone else a high and make them feel better about who they are. So actually it's kind of what you can do for somebody else. Taking a real girl that doesn't feel pretty every day and making her feel pretty is way more fun than making a model pretty. Most women don't think that they're pretty, and then when you show them a side of them that they've never seen before, they're like, who is that? I've never seen that person before. That's the really great part, is to see that they can do it themselves.
It was so much fun to see my wife, who is the most beautiful person in the world in my eyes, to be able to have her feel like the most beautiful person in the world. And that was the best part about this entire experience. So Bart and Sunny Miller are Robert's business partners in the Robert Jones Beauty Academy. So obviously Robert does all the makeup, the content, the videos, things like that. And Bart and Sunny work on the marketing, the funnels, and everything else that actually drives the business.
Okay, so the reason that I created the academy was because when Sunny and I got married, it was like she always was frustrated with her makeup. I was kind of browsing the internet and stuff like that, and we'd bought another makeup book, and then we came across a makeup book that Robert had actually created and some software that he had done. And I was like, I looked at his makeup book and I was like, oh my gosh, if this is really real, like if you could really do this, it would be awesome, because Robert's really about undeniable beauty, which was something, to me, I just want something that's every day. Like, it's cool to see these trends or whatever, but obviously for me, for my wife, I just want her to look as pretty as she can every single day. And then if she wants to do some glam look or whatever, cool, right? And the coolest part of it to me is that it was a total system. Like, I could recreate it. Like, after watching the videos, I was sitting there going, like, I could do this. And Robert literally can teach anybody how to do their makeup, undeniable beauty. It's just awesome.
The next step in the process is for us to actually map out the sales funnel and understand the strategy of where we're going, so we know what marketing pieces we need to create along the way. So the interesting thing, if you look at the stats so far, is that the majority of people coming into your guys' world are real girls. So like of the 5,200, we had 4,400 came in there, but only 15 of them actually signed up. Whereas over the 800 came over here, like the majority signed up. So it's like we're speaking really well to these guys, actually only this segment of the segment, and everybody else we're alienating. So they show up and then they just bounce, which is why every time you guys have tried to get things going, it works for a little bit, because these guys always spawn and then it just dies because everyone else is like, and so it gets too expensive to run ads because there's so much waste off all the other people that are saying no. We'll probably lead with something like an eye-shape finder, but the goal is not eye-shape finder. The goal is to figure out which segment they are. And so they go through the quiz, and by the time they're done, we're like, oh, cool, these are beauty consultants and they're Avon women. So we know that, then the landing page is gonna have a video that's speaking directly to Avon women. There'll be one speaking directly to Mary Kay. And so each one's very specific to who they're coming through. If we do that, also we stop these 4,400 people that came through, instead of only getting 15 to sign up, we should get a lot of them, because we're speaking to them as opposed to speaking to someone over here, to the wrong person. You know what I mean? A lot of people come in here, but like hardly anyone ascends up. So how do we create something where like the more they use it, the more like, eventually they have to send up?
The only thing is with the software, we're only speaking to the Mary Kay women. We're not speaking to everybody else.
If we do it right, it's going to build like a culture around you and your personality. Like, then people don't leave. That's what they keep coming back for. The question for you then is 30 days on the software?
Yeah, I think I can have it in 30 days.
So for this funnel, what we are going to do is we're going to do a webinar funnel. So what's going to happen is going to be a registration page where people will come and they'll register to find out more about this new software that helps consultants to sell more makeup. After they register for the webinar, we're going to send out 3 indoctrination videos telling more about Robert Jones' story. When people understand Robert, they connect with him, they understand his background and what he's doing and why he's doing it. That's when they believe in the software and the training and everything else. And so my goal is to really get people to connect deeper with Robert, because if they do that, they're more likely to buy the products, the software, and everything else that he has in his product line. So we're gonna have 3 videos that we're gonna film in the future that are gonna tell the Robert's story and connect them with his audience. After that, we're gonna take them to an actual webinar where Robert's gonna do the perfect webinar to sell access to the software and the Beauty Academy. Now, my biggest fear going into this whole thing is that Robert isn't really a salesperson. He obviously sells very well one-on-one, but he's never done it through this type of experience. And I've got to train him and mold him to be able to give his presentation on a webinar to thousands of women around the world.
Enjoy being the prettiest girl there tonight.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, there you go.
There you go.
Yeah.
Grab that eyelashes.
I love it.
I much more money that means.
Do you have a sales funnel that's underperforming, or do you know you need a sales funnel but you have no idea where to start or what to do? If so, and you'd like my help, then go to funnelhackathon.com and find out how you can have me and my team help you with your sales funnel. Okay, so now that the makeover is over, it's time to go out and to show off my beautiful wife and have some fun. One of my friends, Howard Getson, got us tickets to the Dallas Cowboys football game, got us front row tickets, got us on the 50-yard line. Not only that, then he got us on the field afterwards to play some games, play some football, meet some of the players. And then Howard and I actually had a chance to wrestle on the 50-yard line. And I'm gonna show you here in a second what actually happened.
Every game I come here, I'm like, well, I've seen it 100 times, and yet every time I'm like, look, there's JJ Watt. What's up, dude? What's up? What's up? What's up? Hey, there you go. The man's down. He's tapped out. That's WW Russell style.
And so we're here right now. We just finished watching the game. We had seats on the 50-yard line, and now we're down here on the field. We just had a chance to play some football. Collette and I danced, had a big party in the middle of the field, and we had a really good time. It was awesome. And this field is amazing. So 2/3 of this thing is completely underground. They said it's big enough that you could actually have the statue literally fit inside of this place. It's insane. It's just cool watching athletes at this level perform, and then having a chance to come down here and just goof around and pretend like you're them for a little bit. Really exciting. We had a great time, and we're excited to get back to bed so we can get up early tomorrow. And tomorrow we're going shopping.
So we're going shopping. We're doing this cool makeover for his awesome wife, right?
Today's your day, pretty woman. Anything you want.
We're gonna look at fit of a jean first. It's still.
Let's do it.
Having a ton of fun.
Oh, I mean, it's just fun.
What Russell really thinks, this is where it gets fun. He really thinks we're going shopping for his wife to be able to get her new makeup, a whole new style. But reality is, people, he needs a new look.
Tell me what's bad about this.
Everything.
Randy, you weren't involved in that part of the intervention. I'm officially the laughing stock of the store now.
So he's totally like in buckle jeans, rock revivals, all that kind of stuff. He's still trending like a kid, right? He can't do that anymore.
I'm gonna go with not a skinny, but a more tailored for like when you're speaking, so that you'll look cleaner.
Yeah.
And also make you look taller.
And we're gonna get Russell a really cool look and style.
We're in Speedo right now.
Skinnies actually do look good on you.
But can you feel the difference? Like in a skinny?
I like them on you.
Right? We're gonna fix him. We're doing a total intervention. So no more nerd. He's coming into the real world here, and we're gonna have a ton of fun. So stay tuned. This is gonna be a blast, and you get to see behind the scenes.
Want more marketing secrets? If so, then go get your copies of my 2 best-selling books. Book number 1 is called Expert Secrets, and you can get a free copy at expertsecrets.com. And book number 2 is called .com Secrets, and you can get your free copy at .comsecrets.com. Inside these 2 books, you'll find my top 35 secrets that we've used to become the fastest growing non-VC-backed SaaS startup company in the world.
He's not used to a more tailored fit. He's used to big and baggy like he's used to his jeans.
Yeah. right, so it's been 8 hours. We've been shopping all day. We went to every store, I think, in the mall, at least once or twice. Most of them I've never heard of before. They all have really big fancy names. They also shipped a whole bunch of shoes back home and a couple of shirts that wouldn't fit. So this is about half of what we ended up with today. So thank you, Robert, for helping me, for helping save me. And I'm excited, and we're gonna go home. I need to take a nap. It's been a long day. Now, after my surprise intervention I did not know was gonna happen, they got me a whole bunch of skinny jeans and tight clothes that I ended up using a few months later at Funnel Hacking Live. Now, Funnel Hacking Live, in the previous years, I went in my normal clothes, usually baggy button-up shirts, baggy jeans, and you can see from these before and after pictures, this is what I look like before the intervention, and this is what I look like on stage at Funnel Hacking Live after my intervention to get me clothes that actually fit. Now, the next step in the process was to fly Robert Jones out to Boise, Idaho, so we could actually capture the marketing videos we needed, and I wanted to sit down with him to work on the software because the programmer's confused about how this algorithm is actually gonna turn to software, so I needed to kind of be the translator between the genius and the geniuses who are gonna be actually building the software.
Why did I have an October 1st deadline?
If I told you the deadline was in January, it's been horrible. You never got anything done.
You don't know what I went through to get it on somewhat on time.
I thought the pictures would be done. I expect that was part of October 1st, so that's what I've been waiting on.
No, you have not been waiting on the pictures. I have a whole new series cropped and ready to go that we're using for updates. They're on my computer.
Is this the right order of tabs, or is it?
Not necessarily. No, this is in more correct order.
So like here, is there a tab that has this, or are we just assuming that this is common sense?
Well, there's not a tab for this because that's not information I have. They've got that's information they're putting in.
Yeah. Now, I am not gonna lie, probably the hardest part of this entire process, even worse than wearing skinny jeans, was getting this brilliance out of Robert's brain and into a format that I could explain it to the programmers and the coders so they could actually make this into actual living software. And that's what I gotta do the next few hours.
We can add all of them for every book and everything. It doesn't have to just be those. Instead of having 75 different people, there's only 15. So I've narrowed it down and placed all the different shades and groups based on what that shade is. Does that make sense? So powder connection. Here's the foundations again. And then these are the powders that set those foundations. So when it comes up, you need to connect these numbers, but for it to be day, it's 0, 1 is evening.
That's it?
Yeah, that's it.
I've got to break that down for someone English is their second language to understand.
We're going to give them bronzer recommendation, pressed powder recommendation, and loose powder recommendation.
I learned more about makeup today than I thought I would know in a million years. Now, while we had Robert here in Boise, what we needed to do is capture the videos of him telling his story. So we actually rented out the Paul Mitchell Beauty School and got it all set up. It looks super cool to capture him telling his stories so people can connect with him. So when they watch the webinar, they know who he is, why he's a big deal, and they'll be way more likely to purchase the products and services he offers on the webinar.
One time, I was driving down the road with a friend of mine. And I picked her up, and she had on the most hideous lip gloss I'd ever seen in my whole life. And so we're driving down the road, and I said, "So, girl, can I see the lip gloss you're wearing?" She goes, "Yeah." She handed her lip gloss, and I threw it out the window. Well, then there's this other time where there's an NSD, a national. They was backstage getting her makeup done, and I had never met her before, and I was touching her up for stage. And she sat down, and I was like, "Oh my God, it's so nice to meet you." She goes, "Oh my God, it's so nice to meet you. I've heard so much about you." And I'm like, "I've heard so much about you." And I said, "So what lipstick are you wearing?" She said, "So Jazzy Plum." I said, "Can I see it?" She goes, "Yes." And she handed it to me, and I threw it in the garbage. She said, "That's the only lipstick I had." I know, and I said, "And you're never wearing it again." Never make a bad color choice again. Make sure you're on the masterclass. Join us.
Now, I just got word back from Bart and Sunny that the software is done. I've yet to see it. I've seen screenshots, but I haven't seen the final product. So we're gonna jump on Skype right now and have them show me how the software works. Now, Bart is the one who sets up all the business deals, but his beautiful wife, Sunny, is the one who actually does all the work. She created the software, she's worked with the coders, and now it's all done, and I cannot wait to see it. All right, guys, so it's been a while since we've hung out, and I know you guys have been killing yourselves on the software side of things, but just curious now that you guys have gone from the 2-decade-old software to updating it now, how it's going and where things are at.
It's beautiful. It's fun.
Yeah. I think anything, if you're going to do software, a wise man named Russell Brunson once told me that you better be ready to invest more than you thought you were going to and spend a lot more time than you thought you were going to spend. And that was wise counsel, not taken. The quality of the product we're putting out there is met all of our expectations. So we're stoked about that. But not going to lie, it's been a journey and it's been a real learning experience. And it's been, you know, the ups and downs that everybody doesn't want to talk about have been there. And so we're excited to test it to the real world, see how it goes. We're excited to show it to you because I don't think you've actually seen the whole product.
I've seen some screenshots, but I've not seen the actual software, so I'm excited to see it. But you're right, it's interesting. Like info products are one thing because you can like make mistakes and it's just like, oh, it's fine. Software's hard because you make a mistake and all the calculations don't work and the algorithms, and then it's just like crap. So because you designed it in ClickFunnels initially, right?
Yep.
Tell us about that because that is pretty cool.
I actually hired a designer on Upwork, and he took it. I don't know where he took it. Like everything I told him to do, he did not do. Like it was a disaster. Like even as simple as keep our branding consistent with our web pages, and it looked completely like different. And so I'm like, we don't have time to mess with this, but I didn't want to sit and build a bunch of pages in Photoshop. And I'm like, ClickFunnels is so easy just to like drag and drop and change margins and sizes and everything. So I'm just going to build it there. And then any changes Robert needs are going to be super quick and easy to do. So that's what we did. And he liked it and it's been great. It looks awesome. It was super easy to hand then to the programmer and say, this is how we want it to look and function. And it was cool.
That's so cool.
And it will bring us right to just our dashboard here so we can, I mean, it's really straightforward. So the one they're going to be super excited about is this, adding clients and then managing them. So I don't know if we mentioned, but this is specific right now for Mary Kay ladies. So they know what these shades are and they can choose the ones that most resemble their client's eyes. So they can make several choices and then click the next page. Or if they already know their client's eye shape, they can just go ahead and select it. And there's calculations on the back end, you know, saying, okay, does she have thin lips, medium lips, or full lips? With this, you can't make a bad choice for your client. And I can select a day look or an evening look. And then these are my options. These are my eyeshadows, my eyeliner, eyebrow, mascara. I can print an eyeshadow diagram and then give it to her so she'll know how to apply her eye shape. And I can put notes here like maybe, you know, when our appointment was, what day it was, and maybe even like the makeover name so that I know what products she bought. If she comes back again, I can just go ahead and create a new makeover for her and start all over.
When you can walk in with a tool like this in your bag and be able to promote your products to a whole nother level, it's going to make all the difference in their sales and the way that they can track their sales. Then on our Robert Jones Beauty Academy, as they've gone through our school, they know how to apply all that makeup and they also know how to track all their sales on the back end. And we can, you know, they can grow through their company the way they want to.
First off, super proud of you guys. The software looks amazing. And now the next phase, they're just getting the funnel up, getting the presentation created, getting Robert into salesman mode. I know he can sell makeup. Now we gotta get him sell software, which will be fun to see him make that transition. He gives it a killer job, and I am so excited to see this whole thing go live. It's gonna be great.
So are we. Thanks for all your hard work on it. We know that software is something that takes time. We've learned a lot from you and appreciate you taking us through this process. And we know that working with women has been a little different too. So it's been fun to see you work through and navigate through that and see your office gals get all excited and you'd be like, really? It's that good? So that's been fun too.
Who knew they get that excited about makeup? I had no idea.
Right?
Yeah.
That's awesome,
thanks.
guys. Thanks so much. Talk to you soon.
So
Now, the majority of this process so far has really been getting this software, getting this concept out of Robert's mind, getting all the marketing videos and the marketing assets. And what's going to be happening next after this episode ends is all we got to do is get Robert to learn the perfect webinar pitch, to get the webinar created, and to get this launched and live. But I'm so proud of how far they've come, how much they've accomplished in the last few months to get this concept away from just like an idea and a product, but into an actual software product that can sell. All the training, all the videos, everything's done and ready. Now we just got to create and launch the webinar.
Welcome to the Eye Shape Finder. Welcome to the Eye Shape Finder. Welcome to the Robert Jones Beauty Eye Shape Finder. Hi there. How you doing? No, just kidding. You have now entered the twilight zone. Of eye shape. you're gonna see a group of pictures of eye shapes. You're gonna see a group of pictures of eyes. It was a bit robotic, but I'm done.
Next week on Funnel Hacker TV, we're gonna fly around the country and build out funnels for a lot of really, really cool people. Number one, we're working with Tim Larkin. First off, he trains our team how to pop people's eyeballs out of their sockets in self-defense. Number two, we fly to Arizona and hang out with Sean Stevenson, the 3-foot giant, as we build out the sales funnels and videos for his new membership site. Next, we fly back home to Boise to do an updated video for Wake Shake. And then we end the week by spraying graffiti on Freak Alley here in Boise, Idaho. We are Funnel Hackers, and these are our stories.